Hey guys, welcome back to my channel. So in today's video, I am going to be sharing with you guys a little bit about our recent trip to London and Scotland. I'm going to show you guys everything that we brought back and kind of share with you a little bit of footage that we took from the different places we visited. Now, let me tell you, this trip was amazing. We had originally planned this trip back in 2021, but because of the entire situation that was happening with the pandemic, we weren't able to go because there was no international travel coming into Europe at this time. So we decided to postpone the trip and we held off till now, 2024. But let me tell you, this was amazing. I cannot wait to go back. It was such a good experience. So, as someone who loves Harry Potter, there were two places that I definitely wanted to go, and that was the Warner Brothers Studios tour and the MinaLima studio. I didn't care if we weren't able to do anything else Harry Potter related while we were there, but those two things were top on my list. Now, on the first day, we ended up going to the MinaLima studio, which was super easy to get there. We did a quick train ride from Paddington, which was where we were staying, to Soho, which is where the MinaLima studio is located. And I think it was probably like a 15-minute ride on the train or something like that. Super easy to get there. And while we were there, we got a couple of things. One thing that we got was this little package, which is kind of like a mystery package. And they have these for each one of the Hogwarts houses. We ended up getting the Ravenclaw one because that is the house that pretty much everyone in my house is in. But basically, this comes with a couple of mystery items. The first item that comes in that is this Fantastic Beast badge, and it has the H's, I assume, for maybe either Harry or Hogwarts. And in this case, it does have the ravens. So it comes with this little badge, and it's just one of those little like pin badges that you can use, which is cute. He can go ahead and put that on his Hogwarts robes. And then it also comes with this card. This one has the Ravenclaw crest on it. I assume that the other ones will come with the card of each one of the houses. And this is just like a regular card that you can use to celebrate any festivity. And then it also comes with this notebook. Now, this notebook, I did see it also when we did the studio tour, or was it at the train station? I know I ended up seeing this somewhere else, and the price alone of this was more than what the entire package costs. So I would say the package, like the mystery package, is well priced because you are getting your money's worth in it. And this is just a basic like notebook. It's a blank page notebook that you can use for school or journaling or anything. And it does say Hogwarts School of Witchcraft and Wizardry on the front. Hopefully that is focusing, and it's just really cool. And it says class, and you can just put whatever you want on it, and it's really nice. And then I already own the 3 Harry Potter editions that MinaLima illustrated of the Philosopher's Stone, Chamber of Secrets, and the Prisoner of Azkaban. So I wasn't going to get that again, but MinaLima does also illustrate other fairy tales. And aside from me loving Harry Potter, I also really, really, really love Alice in Wonderland. That is like probably my favorite fairy tale of all time. And they do illustrations of Alice in Wonderland, but I did go ahead and pick up others as well. So this one is the Wonderful Wizard of Oz. And these are just like the Harry Potter edition, where they have all the interactive areas in the book. Now, I haven't played with all of them. I'm not gonna lie. I don't think I have even been able to skim through all of them just yet. But see, we have like the yellow brick road, and it has, oh, it's hard to hold, but basically like everything moves around like that. And then you have like them down there. And then when you would purchase, oh, I got some other ones. I'll show you guys those in a minute. But when you purchase the books through the MinaLima studio, they also would include this book plate here that has the 2 owls. And each one of these owls has like the face of either Mina or Eduardo. So that was super cute. They kind of stick these on there for you. And then they also include a special book print. Now, these book prints are so beautiful. Hopefully the camera can capture the picture on it. We also got, or I also got, The Adventures of Pinocchio. This one was my husband's favorite one. And he was like, "Oh, you don't have to get it if you don't want to." And I'm like, "Oh, no, no, I insist. I insist. I'll get them all." And it also has the book plate. And you have like Pinocchio there, and he's interactive. And I won't show all of them. I could make specific videos on these at a later time, but just to show you a few of the interactive elements. So it has that. And then Pinocchio also came with his art. There's that one. Here is the Little Mermaid. And the artwork for this book. I can't wait to get those into a frame. Those are going to look so beautiful. And see, these have more of the interactive. Here's like the castle or Trident's castle. And then we have this guy right here. And then I got Peter Pan. Peter Pan is another one of my favorite stories. This one. And I think what I also like about these books is that they're not based off of the Disney version or the Disney stories, but rather the actual stories, like the original stories that inspired the Disney movies. Like this one is based off the J.M. Barrie book. Like it's an actual remake of the original book. I also got the Beauty and the Beast, which is another one of my favorites. I love Beauty and the Beast. I love the Disney version of Beauty and the Beast, and I love the original story of Beauty and the Beast. And here is their artwork. And then the last one that I got, of course, was Alice in Wonderland. This was the one that I was in a mission to get. Like this was my priority when I went there. I already had the Harry Potter ones. This, if I got any of the ones, like if I could only get one, this was the one that I was going to get because I love Alice in Wonderland. So here is the artwork for this book. And then we also went to the Warner Brothers Studios tour. Now, while we were here, we ended up doing the afternoon tea. I love afternoon tea. I just think it's so cute and just beautiful. And I had never had a chance to do it with my husband. So it was so fun to get to do afternoon tea with my husband and with my son. Now, as far as the Warner Brothers Studios tour, this was probably the first thing that I got the tickets for. Again, if there was anything I was going to do while there, it was going to be this, and it did not disappoint. This was so amazing. My idea was to do the tea, the afternoon tea from 12 to 1:30, and then our actual entry ticket for the tour itself was at 1:30, and the studio was open I think till 8 or 9. Now, I had a friend who had attended a while back, and he had told me that he was there for the whole day. So to plan to be there for a really long time, there was even some people who were getting there to start the tour at around like 6 o'clock in the afternoon. And unless they were just going to walk through it real quick, I don't see how anybody would be able to do the whole thing in 2 hours because one, it is really big in there, and two, there is so much to see. And if you really, really want to take it all in and you really, really want to like take your time and see it all and walk through it all, you have to plan to be there for a couple hours. And when I say a couple hours, I mean like 6 or 7 hours. They have like this one section that you're not allowed to record. You have to just like listen to the whole explanation of what you're going to see and what it is. And at that point, I got emotional. I know it's kind of weird. I think I'm even getting emotional now. It was just a lot for me to take in because for like a moment there, I couldn't believe that we were there. Now, while we were there, they do have these areas where you can do like photo ops, and there's one where you can do like a wanted poster of yourself, which we ended up not doing. And they have this other one where you can like ride the broom and they'll do like a little video or they'll do a picture for you. And we did do it for my son. And this is his picture of riding the broom. And then, of course, you end up purchasing this separately, because they do want to sell you stuff. But you could purchase either the video or the picture or all of it in a package. We just went with the one picture, and you get it printed out, and you also get a QR code so that you can download it. And then they put it in this little booklet that has like some information about the tour and all that so that you can save it as a keepsake. Of course, while we were there, we went to the shop because you do exit through the shop. And initially I was like, something, one, the line was like crazy long. So to pay for anything, you had to do the longest line ever. And two, I was like, oh, I really don't need to buy anymore. I already knew that my suitcase was going to be full of MinaLima books, but I mean, to go to the studio tour and not get anything, like not have any tangible thing back to be able to say I went and I bought this thing was unacceptable for me. So, of course, we did end up getting some things. Now, this one isn't mine. This one is actually my son's. He wanted this magical creatures book because he loves magical creatures from the Harry Potter movies. So he ended up getting this one, which is really nice because it has this beautiful art here in the beginning that you could even frame if you wanted to. And it has another one at the end here that you can get framed. But basically, it's like a book that talks about each one of the creatures that were used in the movies. And it talks about how the animatronics were put together, which that's something that he absolutely loves. This one, my husband was laughing at me because when we saw this, I was like, oh, I should really get like this. And he was like, well, how are you going to carry that? And I was like, well, I don't know. Maybe you're right. Maybe I shouldn't. But then he was like, we were about to leave and I hadn't bought anything. And I was kind of sad because I was like, oh, I can't believe that I'm leaving and I didn't buy anything, because I did want to buy maybe one of the wands, but like, I don't know. I don't know if anybody could relate, but sometimes when I get too overstimulated with a lot of things that going on at the same time and like people and everything, I kind of get overwhelmed and very flustered. So I kind of was like, oh no, fine. I'm not going to get anything. It's fine. But then when we were about to exit, I was like, oh, I can't believe I'm leaving and I didn't get anything. And my husband was like, fine, then go get something. I was like, maybe I should get one of the books, right? But how would I get one of the books and not get all of the books? Because then I'm going to have just one UK book and not have all of the UK books. And that was going to be odd, right? To have just one. So I ended up going back to my husband, who was doing the line for me at the register, which was so long, with an entire book set. And he was like, are you crazy? And I was like, it's fine. I'll figure it out. So I ended up getting an entire book set of the Harry Potter British edition so that I can have it in my collection. And here are the covers, which are so cute. I know I say cute a lot, but it's like, these are so nice. And these are similar to the Portuguese edition that I have on my shelves, where the covers are like nice and soft. These are so nice. And look at this artwork. I know this artwork has been around in other languages, but tell me that this is not worth it. This is so worth having to carry a suitcase full of books while you're traveling back to America. But then we were also walking around when we were in Edinburgh, and there was one night where we were going to do a ghost tour, which was really cool. And in one of the stops, we just went in and they had like this store where there was like a ton of collectibles and Funko Pops and all kinds of stuff. And I ended up finding these Bitty Pops. Now, let me know down below if you have seen these somewhere. I haven't been looking too much where the Funko Pop area is in different stores. So I don't know if they have these here in the US, but I thought these were so cute. And if this one is Ollivander and it has his one shop. And then if you open it, which I haven't yet, you can put the actual like Bitty Pop box inside that little area of the store and display it that way. I will probably keep these in the box. So I got this one, and I also got this one, which is the Hogwarts train, and then Harry, and then you can fit Harry's Bitty Pop box on top of the train, so it'll look like he's running on the train, and that's so cute. One of the things we did end up doing was a ghost tour. Now, we did do a couple of tours actually. Let me go back. So in London, we ended up doing the Warner Brothers studio tour. And we also ended up doing a tour of London where they took us like to 30 different main London locations. And we were able to like get introduction to like everything that is pretty much really famous in London. So in Edinburgh, we actually did 3 different excursions, and one of them was a Harry Potter theme one. And in this one, it was kind of, I think it was like around 15 people in the group. And the tour guide took us around Edinburgh, and he took us through all the places that inspired the Harry Potter books. And he took us to see like the tomb or the cemetery that inspired the grave of Tom Riddle in the Goblet of Fire. We were all like sorted into houses, and we had to do like trivia and answer questions, and the house that would win at the end is like whoever got more points because of the trivia. Now, Ravenclaw was me and my husband, and my son got sorted into Hufflepuff, which worked out for them because they ended up winning. And there was this other kid that was around his same age. He was like 13, and they were from Hawaii, so they ended up becoming friends, and they even exchanged phone numbers, and they still like talk, now. And it was just fun because everybody was just, answering trivia, and it was just really, really fun to spend some time with other people who really enjoyed Harry Potter. And then we also did an excursion to the Scottish Highlands, which is something I really wanted to do because I love to go places where I can see like the nature and be more in touch with nature than so much city. And I think that's why I ended up liking Scotland a little bit more than I did London, because London to me was really kind of similar to New York. And again, this was another one of those moments where I got emotional. I think there was like 2 main moments where I really got emotional. One was at the Warner Brothers Studios tour, and then the second one was while we were at the Scottish Highlands, because again, this was one of those things that I had always just dreamed of doing. This was something that I had only ever imagined happening in my dreams. Like when I would think about ever being able to do something like this, I always saw it as something that was so far in the future, like something that I would, how when you have those things that you say like, oh, someday I wish I would be able to do X, Y, and Z, but you know that it's something that is possibly never going to happen because it's just so out there that you know that the possibilities of it ever actually happening are very rare. That is kind of what me being there was for me. And I think it's also because I recently turned 40, and I feel like a lot of the way I see the world has really changed since then. And a lot of how I want to experience the world going forward has really changed. So for me to be able to be there and to see these beautiful like landscapes, and to just take it all in and take in the moments and share that with my family, which is the people that I love the most. I mean, you know, there's no one in this world that I love more than my son and my husband, and I am so incredibly blessed to have them in my life, and to be there with them and to share this moment was so incredible. So it was just amazing. I also bought like some postcards because I like postcards and I want to start collecting these in a scrapbook. I have a book. I don't know if we can see it on my shelves. I'm not sure. I don't know if you can see it back there, but it's an adventure book of the movie Up, and I kind of want to start saving some of the postcards of the places that we've been. The day that we were going from London to Scotland, we actually had to go from Paddington Station, which was near the area where we were staying in Paddington, and we had to train from there to King Cross Station. And in King Cross Station we had so much fun, because I mean, what Harry Potter fan would not have fun at King Cross Station? It was another one of those moments I was like, oh my god, I didn't get emotional here, but it was like, oh my god, this is so cool to actually be in the real King Cross Station. And of course they have a Harry Potter store at the King Cross station, and I had to buy a couple more things there. I got this bag when we went to the Harry Potter store in King Cross Station, and this one is a Luna one, and it says, I suspect the Nargles are behind it. Now Luna is one of my favorite Harry Potter characters, and we got this Luna keychain. Let me try it. That there. This one I got for myself, and it has Luna's Spectro Specs. This one for my husband, because my husband loves Dobby. That's his favorite Harry Potter character. So I got him this Dobby keychain so that he could always remember our trip. I got this Hogwarts Express pin so that I could put it on my pin board. I got this platform 9 3/4 magnet. I'll put this one on my refrigerator. I got 2 of these luggage tags, and these say, this bag is traveling to Hogwarts. If found, please return to platform 9 3/4. I got these. These are some Dobby earrings, and I just thought those were so cute. And then I got these Deathly Hallows earrings. These I have already worn. I actually wore these the day we did the Harry Potter excursion. So I think that's everything I got. I did end up getting like 2 sweaters in Scotland when we went to the Highlands, but I don't have those right here. They're in my closet. But I will say, like, I don't know what it was about Scotland. I really fell in love with Scotland. Like, I might want to retire there someday because they had the nicest clothes. I don't know, it was just something about the weather and it being like cold that let people like really layer up and wear like really nice outfits and boots, and I just really loved it. This trip was amazing. This was just such a beautiful experience, and I was so grateful to be able to do this. I am grateful for having the opportunity to share this trip with my family, and I think that is what life is really all about. There's a point in your life where you kind of do a retrospective and you kind of take a moment and breathe and like really analyze what it is that you prioritize in life. We have to be more present, and we have to be more grateful, and we have to see the beauty in even the simple things. These 10 days that we spent together in this trip are something that I'm always going to cherish. That is always going to be something that we're going to hold in our hearts and in our minds. And you know, it's a beautiful way to create these memories. I just hope that everyone who some way or another ends up visiting my channel at one point in time will feel this way and will have the opportunity to see life in the same way, because life is very beautiful if you look at the beauty within the simple things. And this is not to say that life will not be hard. Life will be very hard. God only knows how hard it was for us to get to the point we are now and for us to be able to enjoy these moments, but that only makes it even more special because you look at yourself in these moments and you think, wow, we made it. Like, I can't believe we made it. And I'm confident that if you're watching this video and you're going through a moment where you feel that you're going through a tough time and you don't know if you're going to ever make it, or you don't know if you're ever going to see yourself on the other side of whatever it is you're going through now, I just want to tell you that there is hope on the other side, and just to hold on hard, like hold on strong, because there is hope. And nothing, I just really appreciate you guys taking time to spend with me, and I'll see you in the next one.